Yo, what's going on, guys? I wanted to make this video for a while, but it really just feel like typesoul hate the Kendo skill tree. Let me explain. So today typesoul just added to the Kendo skill tree that flower passage no longer guard breaks. However, it has an increased hitbox detection and does 80% posture now instead. Should be easier to hit people while they're flash stepping now, hopefully. This is what I think about that, right? What's the point of being able to hit someone while they're flash stepping away when you can't guard break them? Like, now you're reliant to hit at least 20% of their guard before hitting flower passage so you can guard break them. But most times when you use flower passage anyway, your opponent just blocks it. Like, I mean, not block it, your opponent just parries it anyway. So it's like, bro, why can't it guard break anymore? But before this, the only thing that they added to the game that relates to Kendo skill tree at all is the Murasami. Before the Murasami, we've had nothing on the Kendo skill tree. Only thing we had was nerf after nerf after nerf after nerf after nerf after nerf after nerf. We're nerfing the only skill tree that doesn't get anything and it doesn't change. Kendo isn't even good enough to be constantly nerfing Kendo. So that really makes you think, right? Before we got the Murasami, the last thing we got to the Kendo skill tree, not even joking, God strike me down if I'm lying, the last thing we got to the skill tree was Horizon Essence. But we got Horizon Essence when the game released back. So we got nothing for the Kendo skill tree. And most Kendo players don't even have the Soripur Murasami sword because you have to literally sell your soul to Satan, go to hell, fight Satan, get your soul back, go to God, read the Bible, come back to Earth, reborn as a demi-human to even get the drop from Clan Wars. And that's the only way to get the drop from Clan Wars. You're not getting the drop from rank. Not to mention you also need 65 Kendo to even use the sword. So it's like, bro, if you use the sword, you have to completely go Kendo as well. So every time something is mentioned about Kendo, it's always a nerf. I'm looking at it right now. Crescent Relief hitbox decreased to be more accurate. The Soripur Murasami crit cooldown increased from 8 to 10 seconds. The Soripur Murasami crit projectiles now travel slightly slower. I mean, I don't really mind that sword being nerfed, but every time Kendo is brought up, it's always a Kendo nerf. I'm legitimately looking right now. I'm looking as I'm speaking inside of my mic. I'm looking as I'm speaking inside of my mic, and all I see is Kendo nerf after nerf after nerf after nerf after nerf after nerf, and it's been like this for a while. This is what, okay, let me explain what happens when they nerf other skill trees. Say they nerf speed, for instance. Not even joking, on my life, speed, if they nerf something about speed, it's only nerf for like a day or maybe half a day, and then they revert the change. Like, say for instance, they'd be like, oh, time cut cooldown is increased by 5 seconds, and then the next day, time cut damage is increased to replicate for the cooldown, or time cut uses less Ryatsu. I'm just throwing an example out in the air. The only skill trees that they actually care about, that it feels like, I'm not gonna lie, is speed, Keto, and Hakata, bro. Medic and Kendo are typesoul's worst skill trees. Not worse as in the stuff that they have, but worse as in they don't care about the skill trees, bro. They don't care what happens in the skill tree, bro. Horizon Essence is literally horrible now. Let me speak about that for a second. Kendo has no ultra skills, no nothing. Horizon Essence is horrible. The only essence we have for Kendo skill tree is Horizon Essence. Horizon Essence. Let me explain how Horizon used to work. You would be able to leave Hakata combos with Horizon. You would hit somebody with Horizon and a bar, their HP's gone. Horizon used to have hyper armor. Now let's think about Horizon now. What does Horizon have now? Doesn't have hyper armor anymore. You can't leave combos with it anymore. It doesn't do a bar of HP anymore. Horizon does 30% of a bar now. Horizon does the same amount of damage as Vasto proficiency variant if you land a fast fang. What are we doing right now? The only thing that was carrying Kendo was the essence before the weapon came out, and the essence is completely useless. You aren't able to even get the weapon without, like I said, selling your soul, and I just don't understand. Everything else always get buffed, everything else always get nerfed, blah 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 blah, but Kendo is never it. The last actual useful change for Kendo was delayed crossing overall speed increased by 15%. It took us months to increase delayed crossing by 15%. Am I tweaking it right now? Like, let me ask you guys genuinely, am I a bad person for wanting Kendo to actually be back in the meta? But the thing about Kendo is, us diehard Kendo users, we will always use Kendo. It doesn't matter how much they nerf Kendo, it doesn't matter how much they handicap us, we will always use Kendo because Kendo is the most funnest skill tree in the game. But Kendo is constantly getting nerfed. Every time they even add a major update to the game, they don't even talk about Kendo unless it's a nerf. Bro, Kendo is actually just so cooked right now. They hate Kendo. That's it. They hate Kendo. I have nothing else to say. Video over. They hate Kendo.